All right, let's talk about cholesterol. It's one of those things we hear about all the time, right? But for so many of us, it's still a huge mystery. We think we know the rules, but there are some major surprises hiding in plain sight. So get ready, because what we're about to go through might just flip everything you thought you knew on its head.
I mean, seriously. What if that whole idea that you can fix your cholesterol just by cutting out certain foods isn't the full picture? What if the real control switch is somewhere you never even thought to look?
Let's start with a number you've probably seen on a lab report: 200 milligrams per deciliter. Doctors use this as the general benchmark for healthy blood cholesterol. Just keep that number in the back of your mind as we dive deeper.
So, let's get one thing straight. Is cholesterol the bad guy it's always made out to be? Well, yes and no. It's got this terrible reputation, but the truth is, our bodies literally can't live without it. It's all about balance.
See, on one hand, cholesterol is amazing. It's the essential stuff your body uses to build cells, digest your food, and even make crucial things like hormones and vitamin D. But when you get too much of it, it completely changes its personality. It becomes this silent landmine in your bloodstream, clogging up your arteries and setting the stage for some really serious health problems.
And I mean really serious. We're talking about things like hardened arteries, a decline in memory, strokes, and in the most extreme cases, even sudden death. High cholesterol could potentially shave a decade or more off your life. And here's the scariest part: it's silent. Most people feel totally fine, and they only find out they have a problem after something major has already happened.
Okay, enough of the heavy stuff for a minute. Let's switch gears and have a bit of fun. It's time to put your cholesterol knowledge to the test with our great food quiz. Let's see if you can spot the real culprits.
First question, let's go. Which one do you think is hiding more cholesterol? Is it A, sautéed pork liver, or B, a plate of stir-fried squid? Make your guess.
All right, round two. How about this matchup? A big, comforting bowl of beef noodle soup or the more traditional pork intestine and blood soup? Which one's the cholesterol champion here? Okay, the results are in, and wow, you might be surprised. That sautéed pork liver is just off the charts with 800 milligrams, and the pork intestine soup is right there with it. The squid and the beef noodle soup, way lower in comparison. The lesson here is pretty clear. When it comes to cholesterol, organ meats are playing in a totally different league. So, how does this play out in real life? Well, think about a typical office worker who eats out for lunch and dinner. It is shockingly easy to hit over 1,000 milligrams of cholesterol in just one day. That's more than 3.5 times the recommended daily limit. It adds up so fast. But this whole focus on food is leading us to the single biggest, most mind-blowing revelation in this entire explainer. So I want you to really lean in for this part. Get ready for what I call the 70-30 surprise. I mean, it seems obvious at this point, doesn't it? Just stop eating the pork liver, maybe cut back on a few other things, and problem solved, right?
Well, you're not wrong, but you're only about 30% right.
And here it is. This is the game changer. It turns out that all that cholesterol you get from food, it only makes up about 30% of the cholesterol that's actually floating around in your blood. The other part, the huge majority, a full 70%, is made inside your own body. That's right. Your body, your liver to be specific, is running its own cholesterol factory 24/7. So let's peek behind the curtain and see how this assembly line works. Okay, so think of your liver as the factory. And what does every factory need? Raw materials. In this case, it's the fats, sugars, and proteins from everything you eat. Your liver takes all that stuff and, using a special enzyme as a kind of speed control, it starts pumping out cholesterol. So even if you're not eating high cholesterol foods, a diet that's high in sugar and certain fats gives your factory all the fuel it needs to go into overdrive.
So if dodging certain foods isn't the whole answer, what is? It's time for an action plan. We call it the 100-point plan, not because there are 100 steps, but because the goal is to get your health back to 100%. This is how you really take back control. This is how you manage that massive 70%. It's all about your lifestyle. First, get moving. Regular cardio is absolutely key. Second, get your sleep. It's critical for your metabolism. Third, chill out. Stress hormones actually tell your factory to ramp up production. And of course, the big ones. Cut down on those unhealthy fats, keep a healthy weight, and if you smoke, you've got to stop. Every single one of these things helps you slow down that internal production line. So let's put it all together. Watching what you eat is important. It helps you manage that 30%. But the real power, the master key to getting your cholesterol under control is managing your overall lifestyle. That's how you get a handle on the 70% your own body is making.
And listen, this isn't something to just put off until tomorrow. Your body has ways of telling you that something is off, sending up these little red flags. If any of the things we're about to list feel familiar and they're happening over and over again, it is absolutely time to pay attention and take action. Things like a stiff neck and shoulders that just won't go away, dizziness, feeling tired all the time, a tightness in your chest, even things like your vision going a little blurry now and then. These could all be your body's way of sending you a message. Don't ignore them. The real question here isn't just about what you ate today, it's about whether you're ready to take full control of your health starting right now.